We will be playing Tank Mechanic Simulator again. So last time we played the game, if I remember correctly, I restored the M20? Or was it the KV2? It was one of those two. And I brought in the Pershing and one of the Panther bodies to work on next. I think it was the KV2 I did last. Anyways, we've got things to do. We've got an M26 to repair, a Pershing. Alright, so here we see the Panther body, but we're not doing that. We're doing the Pershing over here. So first though, let's see, is there anything in the paint room? Oops. No, there's not. So I'm going to move the other Panther body into the paint room, so that when I finish the Pershing and put it in the paint room, I'll automatically transfer the other Panther body into the workshop, so I can take that apart for the other Panthers to use that as parts. Because one of them was like pretty much intact, and the other one was not intact in any measure really. So I'll just take a bunch of that. I'll just take a bunch of stuff out of that Panther, clean it dry, and then yeah. So yeah, we did not have a space for this guy in the museum. I did the that confirms that I did do the KV2 last. Yeah. Move you to the paint room. There. So we have no more tanks in the yard. I've repaired all of them, or at the very least, I've repaired the most of them. Is that a tank back there? That might be a Vickers back there. I don't have that yet. Anyways, this looks like a Sizzle. Yeah, it is. It's a Sizzle. I already have one of those in the museum. And is this a T-3476 finally? It is. Put you out in the yard. Yep, there it is. And then this looks like a... No, it's not a Vickers. It's an M8. It's a shame. I thought it'd be a Vickers. It's one of the new tanks in the game. Oh well. We picked up a T-3476. That's pretty good. Now I believe this game's version of the T-3476 is a 1942 variant, just based on like the turret and everything, because like the 1940 and 41 turrets did not look like that, at least from memory. I could be wrong. It could be a 1941 version. Alright, so let's start working on the Pershing. So first thing to do is buy missing parts. And that's going to cost us about 2,000, I'm guessing. 1,835. Alright, that wasn't too far off. And then also going to want to resupply it with... See, we don't have the machine guns. I'm not going to mess with that actually yet. I'll mess with the resupply after we're done. So, of course, you have to start by taking everything apart. This doesn't come off? Seems like it should. Huh, weird. The suspension springs, those don't have to be bolted off, thank goodness. But the shock absorbers do. That's gonna be a pain in the butt. And I didn't get the double on that one. Alright, that side of the tracks is done. We did not have a lot of the suspension arms, it looks like. We had like 2 of them, these shock absorbers here. That's not good. It's not very good. I can't quite get the line. Oh wait, there we go. Oh, come on, that should have been a double there. That was perfectly lined up. You could see it. It was lined up fine. That one, they cheated me out of that double right there. Let's see, radiator and air cleaners need to come out. I'm sure the radiator has a radiator oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say there's probably a radiator cap we need to take off first, but there wasn't. Okay, I didn't know if this was all one piece or not. Didn't think so. So that was right. Muffler, engine cover. This looks pretty much disassembled already, like, can't be that many pieces left. Like, are there any on the tank, on like the turret at all? Yeah, the track. Ooh, that was a lot of lag. Let me up here. Feels like... See, turret interior conditions at 1%, so that means there's something in there. There. No, there's nothing in here, as far as I know. So the rest of that is in the engine, I guess. Yeah, this is in real bad condition. Come on, stop robbing me of my doubles. You know I deserve them. I think that's good, actually. Let's check. Yep. So yeah, that's it. That's all we had to do to disassemble it. So I think, how do I want to strategize this? Thinking. Obviously we're gonna do the engine first, but like I don't even know what's missing on the tank. Like what will I have to do? Okay, I just had to check my live stream real quick, making sure I had audio. Alright, so... start putting stuff on, I guess. So clearly this was like one of the early tanks they added to the game because it doesn't have a lot of parts. Because it feels like the more tanks they added, the more pieces they added per tank. So like you'll see like a bunch of the newer... Oh wow, triple. I could get a quadruple in this probably. If it didn't glitch, I missed that one. Stop it. That's not what I'm trying to do here. Magneto. We're gonna get the quad this time. Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. Chain gang. There you go. Just chain up all of the bolts at once. Just do all of them. That's That's the best way to do it. Okay, these ignition cables will probably have to be repaired. I'm gonna assume they will, but just for fun, we're gonna put them on anyways. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of screws. Okay, I was not prepared for that, but we're gonna get as many doubles here as we can, so this does not take as long. That's not what I was aiming at, sir. Think. How to put them all in at once. Gosh. Okay, I did not get as many in one go as I thought I would. Okay, are there any other pieces I need to know about? Doesn't look like it. So yeah, that's engine's completely done. Oops, get my parts. Wrong part. That thing is what I want. Okay, let me check chat here. Ah, welcome back, Panzerkampfwagen. We're working on the M26 Pershing. The super, or the, yeah, just normal Pershing. I was gonna say super Pershing, but that's not correct. Okay, yep, we will have to replace the ignition cables. I predicted that though, so that's fine. So the engine will not be completely done, I guess. Just take those out. Oh, don't go anywhere. I almost dropped my phone. That's what I want, yes. Just trying to refresh in chat. I saw 2 new messages popped up on my PlayStation, but didn't pop up on live stream. It could be because I have a bad connection, maybe. Let me fix something on YouTube here real quick. Trying to fix this so I can get chat pulled up. Here, I'll just have to use PlayStation then if it's not gonna work. Is this the first supply DLC? No, it is not the first supply DLC. This is base game. I already have this. On the move, Sandy goes, meow. I love that you can just like do that and be like fine. Just yeah, the entire thing's done. Good job. Just like you only spray painted one side of the vehicle, but we'll count it as the whole vehicle. Good job. Oh, is that a part I see? It is. How dare you? How dare you escape my initial inspection? What madness is this? The engine's basically done except for a couple. Oh, I missed the dipstick! That's what I missed. I knew I missed something. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think there should really be a lot of things done. Yeah. So let me just go to storage real quick. Well, that's gonna have to get repaired for sure. It's a hose. All hose need to be replaced. Not sure about these cases though. We'll see when we get there. I'm not gonna worry about it until I get it. I know it's probably not super smart. Looking for other things that probably will have to be, like cases and stuff like that usually have to be repaired, but I don't know for sure if those ones will or not. So I'll just do hoses, because those always need to be replaced, basically. Okay, so let's start putting stuff inside the tank. Nope, wrong button. Engine cover, mufflers, gear, other gear, gearbox top cover, gearbox shaft. I'm not going to put the flywheel cover on just yet, because I need that to be off so I can make sure I have all the other parts set up still. Air intake manifold, left fuel tank. And those hoses need to be replaced still, so I'm not going to mess with that. Missile stowage? I did not know this vehicle had missile stowage. That's a new fact I know now. Come on, get in there. Yeah. It's not that hard to take out a tank, just shoot these little periscopes and they're blind. Not that hard to break from what I hear, from what documentaries and everything I've watched. It's like, yeah, just shoot the thing out and then they can't see anything. Yeah, these cases are probably all gonna have to get replaced or repaired outside of the workshop. But I don't care. I'm putting them in. Okay, let's see if chat on my phone is working. Yeah, there we go. No, it's just the main gun ammo. They just call it missile stowage for some stupid reason. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Thank you, Panzerkampfwagen. Returning viewer. You know, you're probably the only person I know who watches every video as I'm making them. Like as far as I know, you're the only one who's watched every single live stream I've done since you found the channel, of course. Like live. I don't think anyone else, as far as I know at least, I don't think anyone else has done that. So I thank you for that. That really helps the channel a lot. You have no idea. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that you have no idea. I don't know if you have a channel or not. Because if you do have a channel, you'll know, but yeah, you know what I mean. For some reason, chat is not updating for me the way it usually does, so I've gotta unfortunately figure out a different way to do. I did not want to do that. That's fine. I'll have to find a different way to do it. It's fine though. It's just annoying. No, don't put the shock absorber on. Put the road wheel on. Let's see, let's look at chat through here. And it'd be helpful if you checked it out. Ah. It'd be helpful if I checked out your channel. Well, I might do that. I might do that just after this video then. See, I did try to check out your channel earlier, and I looked up Panzerkampfwagen, but there's so many different accounts, and I couldn't find one with your profile pic, so I was like, maybe he doesn't have a channel. I would assume he does, considering he has an account, but I don't know. So it's a good. So I was right. I was right then. You do have a channel. Oh, you only have 3 subs? Man, that sucks. Well, how new is your channel though? Like, did you just start like this month, or it's the beginning of the month now? Like, did you just start like a couple months ago, a couple years ago? Because if you've been on YouTube for a couple years and you only have 3 subs, I really feel bad for you, man. Because that's just real shitty. You started uploading last month. Okay. That's a bit more understandable than why you'd only have that many subs, but like I started at the beginning of this year. Like, my account says I started in November, but I didn't post anything until like January. We don't need a gunner seat. We have a loader seat. I don't the gunner seat right there. Or commanders maybe. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend I know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, the M26 was a very interesting tank, I think, because it was like the Allied response to the Tiger, basically. So you have a 90mm anti-tank gun, basically, mounted on what is essentially a modified chaffee chaffee chassis. Try saying that 500 times, or try saying that 5 times fast. Chaffee chassis. I can't even do it once. Clearly. It's interesting. Our first response to the Tiger was the EZ-8. Okay. That's technically true. But I meant like the first independent tank. I should have specified more though, so that's on me. Like the first wholly different tank for defeating tigers, king tigers, and panthers was the M26 Pershing. Okay, now I gotta do inside the tank. The EZ-8 is the M4A3E. Oh, yeah, okay. My bad. The jumbo, not the EZ-8. Yep, you're right. My bad. I'll admit when I'm wrong, and I am wrong this time. Thank you for correcting me, though. I do not mind feedback, even if it is not feedback in support of me. Negative feedback is good too. And I don't mind people correcting me. If I'm wrong, definitely correct me. Because I like to be right. I don't like spreading false information. I mean, my whole channel's purpose is to do the opposite of spread false information. It's to spread truthful information. It's a very important aspect of existence, is to tell the truth. Tell the truth as far as you know it, at least. Yeah, like I've never claimed to be the ultimate authority on anything, so like that just right there kind of proves it. Like, I don't know everything about tanks, clearly. So like, yeah. If I'm wrong about something, call me out on it, please. Hop in here. Oh, I already did that, didn't I? I did. Okay, let's see if chat's working again normally. Instead of having me having to go out of the thing every time. The M26 was ordered in like 1943 but arrived in late 1944 due to delays in production. Same with the Chaffee. Yep. It sounds right to me. I was gonna say like I was gonna say like yeah, they ordered in like 1942, 43, and then it didn't arrive until 44, 45. Is what I was gonna say. So I was gonna say like Battle of Bulge-ish. What I was gonna say, but yeah, that sounds right. See, imagine if like Germany had made more mouse tanks, like then the Americans actually had to fight them, like instead of just the Russians. Like there were two mouse tanks built, and the Russians destroyed one of them before the war ended. So like imagine if the Americans had to face the other mouse in combat, and they wouldn't be able to do anything. Except for with the Pershing, probably. Like some of like the heavier Shermans, like the Easy 8 or the Jumbo, might have been able to pen the Mouse's armor, but yeah, the Pershing would probably make quick work of the Mouse. I'd imagine, at least, considering it has a 90mm anti-tank gun, which was the largest at the time, aside from the Mouses, I think. Unless like the IS series had a larger gun than the Pershing. I don't think it did, but it could have. Alright, I'm just gonna ditch trying to get chat to work normally. The mouse wasn't destroyed, it was captured by the Soviets, is now displayed in a museum near Moscow. Yeah, the one that's still existing, but what happened to the second one? Did it just like break down? Did it just like break down or something like that? One of them was incomplete, the other had no interior. Oh, okay. Okay, so I see. So see, that's what I was told, is that one was destroyed and then one was captured. So see, that's because somebody spread misinformation to me that I said that. So see, another example of the importance of not spreading misinformation. Either that or the other person just didn't know what they were talking about, and they weren't deliberately trying to spread misinformation. I don't even remember who told me that, to be honest. Probably someone who clearly wasn't exactly right. The other one was used for target practice, you think? That seems logical. Get on there. Cupola. Go inside. Oops. I am in the tank. Physically inside the metal that makes the tank that time. And let me get in here, do all this. Take a break to look at chat. Welcome back, Phineas. Did you know that only 450 King Tigers were made? I knew that there were like less than 500. I was gonna say I was thinking around 600 or less. So yeah, 450, that sounds about right. And then same thing with the KV2. The KV2, I knew they didn't make a whole lot of, but I thought it was more than the King Tiger. Like I thought they had about 700 to 800 of them. So, had the numbers wrong, but I knew they weren't in huge quantities, like the Shermans. Like, how many Shermans were produced? Like, wasn't it near like 20,000? Or was it more than that? Like, including all variants. Wasn't it like 20 to 40,000 if you include all variants? There was only 334 KV2s built. Wow. Yeah, I knew they were built in small quantities, but didn't know it was that small. Alright, turret's done. There we go. That's what I wanted. Primer mode. Also, almost 50,000 Shermans were made during World War II. Okay, so I was a bit off. I said 40,000 was the top side of that. I was a bit off. 10,000 off pace. Huh. Yeah, 50,000 Shermans though, and that's a lot. And that's not even at America's full potential, because at the war's end they were still like ramping up their economy, weren't they? Like they were like what, like 50 to 70% of what they could have been at. So like if the war kept going to like 1949, let's just say, America would have just been like producing the crap out of everything, and like they'd eventually just turn into the Soviets and just be spamming everything. And yes, I am aware that that's not exactly what the Soviets did, but that's kind of a really short and quick summary of what happened with the Soviet strategy. Like, I know the Soviets actually did use like tactics aside from just run at the enemy with everything, use meat shields, but that's just, you know, the short, quick way of saying that was their strategy often. Just throw men at the enemy and they will lose eventually. Imagine if World War II went on till today with A-10s and Leopards. I feel like if World War II did go on till today, we'd have things more advanced than the A-10 and Leopards. Just because wartime often drives military research. And I mean, I would think that it would go one of two ways. We'd be like way surpassed by today's technology, or we'd be way under researched from today's technology. Just because the war takes up so many resources that we wouldn't have enough resources to do like research new vehicles and stuff like that. So we'd either be really behind today's technology or way ahead of it, depending on which way you look at that, if the war lasted until today. And I mean, if you think about it, it did, because like technically, if you think about it, actually, World War II is just part of a chain of larger events. Like you have, like this stems back all the way to like the Napoleonic Wars, basically, and I'll bet it stretches far back or further back than that. But basically, it's war causes war, causes war, causes war, leading all the way up to like World War I, and then World War I causes World War II, and World War II causes the Cold War, and just absolute mess, just conflict upon conflict. And I mean, that's still happening today with like the Russian-Ukraine wars caused by the Cold War. Partially. It's also partially caused by NATO, which is, again, that's formed right after formed during World War II, technically, actually. Right, it's in 1945. Yeah, it was signed in 1945 in San Francisco. Like a couple months ago, I think, like a month, less than a month ago, yeah. So technically NATO's been around for a while. There are about 84,000 T-34s built throughout history, not only World War II. Oh boy, that's a lot. Yeah, YouTubers, we have our 100,000 subscriber special. Soviet Union just has that 100,000 T-34 special. That's when they pull out the SMK or something like that. So one of those like really obscure Russian prototypes kind of thing. I'm noticing that the M26 Pershing here does not have vertical roulette suspension, nor does it have Christie suspension. So this is just a whole new suspension they made for this tank. This also doesn't use torsion bars, it looks like. This does seem to have individual bogie suspension though. It's not very similar to Christie suspension. Check chat again. What's y'all favorite tank? Well, Phineas left, so now you're the only one watching. But personally, my favorite tank, and I know it's very I know that's very basic, but my favorite tank is the Tiger. Not because of like performance or anything, but I just like the way it looks. Like when you think of a tank from World War II, you either think Tiger or Sherman, basically. And yeah, I like Shermans, but Tiger's just like obviously like the most popular one. But like Tiger's cool, in my opinion. But yeah, Sherman's probably my second favorite though. And like one of the things I don't like about war movies is like I haven't seen that many. Like I've only seen like I'm trying to think of the ones I've seen. Like I've seen T-34, which was like a Russian film made in like 2019, I think. I haven't sing all of Saving Private Ryan yet. I've seen like bits and pieces of it. Haven't seen Fury yet. I'm trying to remember. Haven't seen Forrest Gump yet, but I'm kind of thinking more towards like World War II movies. There was another one that I watched about Europe specifically because I've seen like Midway 2018 and the original Midway. Shoot, I know I'm missing a movie that I watched. Excuse me? Excuse me? What is this? What is this? Game, what happened? What happened, game? Does it just do that? Like it'll snap back in place when I do this, right? No, okay. Well, that's funny. I've seen Saving Private Ryan. The Tiger looks so bad. I've seen T-34. I've seen Fury. I've seen Tankers. I don't know if it was the one in Saving Private Ryan or if it was the one in Fury, but one of those movies, the Tiger is actually a T-34 chassis because the only running Tiger is 131. So they had to completely make a new Tiger off of a T-34 chassis, so that could be why. And I know like one of them used 131, and then the other one built a Tiger using a T-34 chassis. And I forget which one did which. I want to say since you're saying Saving Private Ryan's looked weird. No, it was a different movie that used 131. It was a different movie that used Tiger 131. Can't remember which one it was though. I wish I remembered things better. But yeah, a lot of movies will do that with the Tigers. They'll build them off of like T-34 chassis, since obviously only like Tigers are kind of hard to come by. It's physics. Saving Private Ryan used the T-34 and Fury used real tanks. Okay, so that's what I thought I was right then. I didn't think I was, because that didn't sound right to me. Something didn't sound right about that. Oh, okay, we can just put the engine cover on after that. Let's put the dipstick back in with these ignition cables that are for sure fixed by now. Yeah, fix it. There we go. Yeah, engine done. Now I gotta get back. I still don't know why that track isn't fixing itself. Like, what are you doing? Why? Why are you doing this? There. Now, to fix it all. Now, Panzerkampfwagen, I'm only getting this out for the dipstick, because it's one piece. I know you like the angle grinder more, and I personally do more. I personally do too now that I use it. There are only 7 Tiger 1s in the world and are in museums, and only one, the Tiger T131, is operational. Yeah, I knew there weren't a lot of Tigers left, period, and I knew there was only 131 that's still operational. But yeah, that's right. Not many Tigers left, and only 131 is operational. Yeah, Tiger 131, she's kept at the Bovington Tank Museum in London, or not London, but England. Which I know a lot of people refer to England as the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland, or Great Britain, but I'm saying England specifically. The constituent country of England. It's not in Scotland, it's not in Wales, and it's not in Northern Ireland. It's in England. And I think it's like down near I think it's down in like southern England, like south of London, I think. Like it's like Cornwall, I want to say. Cornwall County, maybe? Could be wrong on that. I used to know where it is, I don't remember at the moment. That's not the tool I meant to grab. It's Southern Britain, yes. Yeah. Yeah, Southern Britain. Yeah, I'm gonna apologize to future viewers who have to watch me pause the live stream every single time I look at chat. I really wish I didn't have to, but for some reason my normal chat system is being spunky, so maybe it's bad internet, maybe it's not, I don't know, but hopefully I'll have it fixed by next video. There we go. We're just gonna leave it like that, right? Just chrome wheels and everything. I'm gonna make sure I got those roll bars. Yeah, the suspension bars. I did not get all of them. I'm gonna check that before I move on. That was a good thing to do. That's a good thingy that I should have done, and I did it. So we're good now. Just chromed out tracks. That'd be funny. Like you just see a Pershing roll up and like you're blinded because the tracks are just completely chrome. I don't know how sandblasting actually works, but I doubt it would turn everything bright gray, like bright chrome gray, like reflective chrome gray like that. I don't think it works that way, but I'm gonna let the game think I do. Chat. What sandblasting does is it just removes all the rust and paint, then you prime it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So like it would just turn everything to like its natural color is what I was thinking. Because you remove all your dirt and rust. That's what I thought. So that's what I was saying when it shouldn't be turning it all like bright gray. But then you prime it, so the primer is what turns it the grayish color. Got it. So they painted and well, no, because the primer is this red thing, the red part of the paint tool that you use in this game. So that's kind of weird. And the primer turns it bright red. So that's kind of weird if the gray, like the matte metallic gray or whatever it is. I don't know if that's like supposed to be like primer And if that is primer, why do I have to use this primer? Why do I have to prime them separately? And then if it's not primer, why does it look like gray like that? Because I don't really think it should if I'm sandblasting it. Because sandblasting it should just return it to its natural color, which would not be that type of gray, I don't think, on tank. It would, because it kind of like blasts all the paint and everything off, so it would probably be some shade of gray, I'm thinking, but maybe not like the chromish looking gray that we've been seeing here. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss anything in here because I feel like I did. Look at chat. They do prime tanks in red oxide. Okay. So yeah, this red primer, that is correct then of what they would do. So the turning, when it turns it gray like that, that is in fact what? Why track be like this? Hold on, I'm gonna take this rear track off so I can get this track off. So I can repair it. Why do you do it like that? Now don't freak out on me again. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what to do to fix that, so we're just gonna leave it be. The track just wants to go derp into the ground. Okay. So let's go into storage and fix everything, because everything that's in here probably has to get repaired, or at least almost everything. There's a couple things that we know will not have to be fixed, but there's also some things we know will have to be fixed. Ah, I forgot the rear brake lights. Oops. I could have done those earlier. Just click select all. I could click just select all, but then it would repair all the things that I have left to do. And if I can do it without having to, having it automatically painted and everything, I will, because I don't mind doing the work. I like doing the work. But you are right, I could select all and do it much faster, but like I just said, I don't think I will. Doink. Hop down here, put the engine back in, run over here, don't put this back in because I've still got other things to put in there. And then we got these last little bits to actually repair. Then everything else will be auto-repaired when I finish, probably. We are very different in our routine in tank repairing. Yes, we are. I like doing the work, so I don't do the select all. And I mean, you select all clearly, so I don't know if that's because you don't want to do the work or just because it's quicker. But probably because it's just quicker, I imagine. But I like doing the work of repairing everything myself. Plus, then I'd have to do contracts and stuff to make money, eventually. And why do that when you can just do your own private excursions and everything and have everything be paid by your museum? Like, I do everything when it comes to the tank excavations. Like, each tank excavation will cost me at most 10,000. And that's assuming I do, like... That's assuming I do, like, less than what I usually do. Like, usually it costs around 3,000, I think, for everything. Because I do everything by hand, basically. And I like doing it by hand. So we are basically done with this. Let's should be done with a lot of the repairs. I'm thinking. Let's just check storage. Oh, nope. Check storage real quick. Yeah, everything. Oh, I missed a connecting hose. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh well. That's something for me in about 5 minutes to worry about. Not something for me to worry about right now. Yeah, that's something for me in 5 minutes to worry about, not me right now. Okay, let's pop that back on. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I'm supposed to be in the turret like this. This is normal. Help. I'm stuck. Here we go. Let's just try. I have an idea. Test drive options. Interior. Oh, here we go. Interior options. Get inside commander slot, and then I can just exit the vehicle. Ah. All right. So it says there's a few things I need to fix still. Okay. Whole exterior. I have rear brake lights to fix. I almost forgot about them, and front light covers I didn't finish completely. Turret exterior is done. Fuel system. The connecting hose. Yep, the connecting hose. Whole interior. Oh, I missed a bunch of stuff on the whole interior. I almost forgot about all those. Shoot. And then turret interior, equilibrators. Ooh, I missed that when I did that. Oh boy, that's gonna be an issue. I'm gonna go now. See ya. Alright. See you later, Panzerkampfwagen. Thank you for watching. Inside the commander slot, and let's put things back together, I suppose. Let's go by the driver. It's gonna be up front, so I can maybe get these back in. Yeah, like that. See? Can just completely look 360 degrees around if I need. Now I can get into the commander's position. Oh wait, I just missed what I was trying to do. Okay, let's see now. So yeah, still rear brake lights, connecting hose. There's still one chest missing on the hull. And the turret interior still got that equilibrator springs. So, actually, while I'm out here, I'm just going to go ahead and fix these with the rust removal tool because they're pretty small. I don't need to use a angle grinder on the. Oh, please don't fall into the pit again. That's just annoying. Come on, there we go. Yeah, these things are so small; they get done pretty quick, anyways. I should just keep them red, because then it's accurate. They're actually brake lights, because they're red. It's funny, haha, funny. I make funny joke, yeah. By the way, is it? Oh, I want to make sure something. It's the whole interior, correct? Yes, it is. Whole turret interior, whole exterior. There's a whole exterior still missing up. So. Oh yeah, the front light covers. Didn't prime or paint them. Now, let's check it. Alright, so I got the connecting hose, that equilibrator spring, and the chest. We're basically done. Oh wait, no, that's not what I want. It's only replaceable. How? Why do you do this to me, game? Alright, let's go to the radio operator slot. There should be a chest I need to put in. Can I just have like a free hand? Can I drop this, please? Oh, I'm moving around inside the vehicle. I don't like that. Where's this chest you speak of? Okay, I can't. I got it. I'm gonna have to take the turret back off. Get that equilibrator spring out, and probably have to take a couple things out to get to it. I presume. Like the entire gun system. Gotta take this out, gotta take this out. Alright, take the elevating gear mechanism out then. Okay, take you out. Yes, I can. And now we can work on. Now we can take that out to get it repaired. Storage. Elevator spring. Outsource repair. Continue. Alright, now while that's going, let me try to find this piece of crap case that I missed. Oh, the chest, not the case. There you go. Alright. Good to go. Let's see if they fixed it already. They did not. I can get the connecting hose while I'm waiting. Just open up. Gotta find that connecting rod. Connecting hose, I mean. There it is. Alright, all good. And we should be ready to put that in almost. Yep, just gotta wait a couple more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, done. Now I can put everything back in and be done. Go to the paint room. Pop you back on. And ignore the turret that wants, or ignore the track piece that just wants to bug out for some reason. Trade places with the Panther for me, please. The nearly destroyed one. And we're just gonna take you apart while you're here. Yeah, comparing these two tanks, it's obvious to see which one is in better condition. I mean, look at the turrets even. Like, there's nothing on that turret compared to this one. Well, let's see if the turret fixed itself inside the paint room. It did not. It stayed broke. Why did it stay broke? We don't know. We don't exactly know. And now the rear track is stopped by the mudguard, which is stuck by all the other things, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Alright. Now, allow me to do some quick research on what I should put on this Pershing here. And I will do it. I will put some painties thingies on it. And it looks like a lot of just like normal stars in the front plate, on the back of the turret or side of the turret depending on layout. Possibly numbers near the star. I think I'm seeing kind of what to do here. Alright, I have an idea. I have a general idea of how to do this. So it's basically just all stars. That's basically the only decoration this vehicle had, was stars absolutely everywhere. Like, they were like right here, or sometimes they were on the lower glassy plate or at the bottom of the upper glassy plate. I think that's how you pronounce it, at least. I could be kind of wrong. I'm not the best when it comes to pronouncing words that have silent letters. Oh, we're being a little touchy about where we want to be placed, aren't we? there. Put it there. Put it there. That seems about in line, correct? Yeah. We're good. And I'm just gonna say apply and be done. Yep, no camouflage needed. Someone said, "Ah, you're back. Welcome back, Panzerkampfwagen." As you can see, we are finishing up M26 Pershing production. The track is still refusing to be a good boy, but in order to take it off, I have to take the rear track off, and in order to take the rear track off, I have to take the mudguard off, and in order to take the mudguard off, I have to take all this off. So I'm not gonna fix it. I'm just gonna leave it be, and don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Obviously I'm gonna have to move it to parking for now, because I don't have a space in the museum for it. The only space I even have left in the museum is for the tiger or mouse when I get that done. And I still haven't adjusted my museum so that it's all on like one side or whatever. Oops. I still haven't adjusted the museum so it's Allies on one side and Germans on the other side. Or at least, I mean, I did do that originally, just not the way that it was suggested, that you suggested, Panzerkampfwagen. I have it so that like half of the museum, near like around where like the middle tank is supposed to be, I have it set up so that that's kind of like the half zone. But I will get to that eventually, probably. See, the problem is the museum is too small. 12 vehicles, like that's a really small museum. Like you wouldn't pay, like I don't even know what my admission is. I think it's like $1, but you wouldn't pay $1 to see 12 tanks. Right? That'd be free admission. You'd pay like $20 to see like rows and rows of tanks in a building. Like this is just way too spaced out. Like you could like look, I could fit in just this, like in just like the German section of the room. If this was like a real tank museum, you could probably fit, let's just see, like take like the general width of like the Panzer III, for example, and put it from like this beam all the way over to like that wall. You could probably fit 10 tanks on both sides and have ample room in the middle for another larger tank or another column of tanks in the middle. Just one in the middle and then like one on each side. Then you could fit like 30 tanks that are about the size of a Panzer III. Maybe like you could probably fit 20 to 30 tanks in just one side of the room. But no, the museum houses fit 12 in the entire freaking building with only one slot open right now for German vehicle only. Yeah, my Soviets are over here, my Americans are over here. They both have 3 tanks. It's perfect equilibrium. I've got an armored car, a tank and a half track, and then tanks. And then more over here, just tanks, half track. Stug 3 assault gun. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll remove the M8 or the M3. I might remove the M3 just because of how like the green clashes with the desert camouflage, and I'll put the Pershing in there maybe. And then would I remove the M20, replace it, or remove the M8 and replace it with something? I don't know. Maybe. I might. It's possible. I'm just looking around like at my posters over there, trying to see if like everything's cool. It looks good. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I think this is pretty decent though. Oh wait, I forgot to do something. I forgot to restock the Pershing. Oh well, I'll do that later. I'll do that off screen later. But yeah. So Panzer, what do you think I should do with this museum? Living the Stug life. Hets are gonna hets, yeah. Well, like, what should I do with this? Like, I'm debating on maybe removing like the Panzer III J1. I'm thinking leaving just the M, or vice versa. Removing the half track. Maybe I'm gonna keep the Panzer II simply because that was like the most produced tank, and the Stug 3 is obviously staying because that was the second most produced tank by the Germans, at least. And then I really do want to keep the Russians in here. I'm probably gonna remove the M3 and the M8, so that's gonna that's gonna free up 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So I could put like another 2 American and 2 German tanks in here. I could get the Panther and the Panther and the Panzer IV in here with the Tiger in the middle, but there would be no mouse. And then I could put the Pershing and another American or Soviet vehicle in, or British, because they do have the Little Willie and the Vickers now. But I don't think I would do that. I would only have one of the Panzer IIIs. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah, only have one. Either remove the Panzer IIIM or the J, and I'm kind of conflicted on which one to remove. I mean, the M has decals and the J does not. Or is this? It is a J. Yeah, like the M already has decals and everything done, so I might keep that one. And then I'll move the J1, remove the Sitzlwagen, remove the M8, remove the M3. Replace the M3 with a Pershing, or replace the M3 with the Sherman and the Sherman with the Pershing, and then do something with this slot. Maybe put a Soviet tank like a 76, because I just found one in the yard at the beginning of the video. Definitely keep those there, and I'd have to adjust. I'd have to play with the positioning of all these German vehicles if I did remove those two, but then I could fit the Panther and the Tiger in here, or the Panther, Tiger, and Panzer IV when I eventually get those. And where the Stug is, put on a British tank there. I could do that, but then I would only be able to fit. Well, actually, that's actually a good idea since that's like in the middle of the museum. Yeah, you get like six slots back here. And then you get 5 slots over here, with I guess the 6th one being this one. Yeah, you get 3 on that side, you only get 2 on that side, and you only get 2 on this side, and then 1 in the middle, whereas in this one you get 3 on that side, 2 on this side, and 1 in the middle. So you get the 1 extra with it being on this side for this. Yeah, I could remove this, I could move the Stug somewhere else and put a Vickers or a Little Willie over here. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'll think about it. So is this to the workshop? Yeah. So yeah, next video I'll be working on the Panther because I have 2 Panther bodies, and I'll use the really broken down one for parts. Because that one I found in the yard, the other one I found under an excavation. So yeah, that's that, I guess. See, you got 2 Panthers to work on here. I could just make 2 Panthers, but I won't. I'll make 1 and combine them. Just take everything off of this one and put it onto this one. That is what's gonna happen. Yeah, look at me. I'm the commander. I'm in the commander's cupola doing commander cupola things. Look, an allied Panther gets shot, blows up. No, my Panther. Yeah, it looks like they changed how like the posters work inside the workshop, because I'm pretty sure it used to be where you could only have 1 poster and it would be like every poster. But now see, like there's one here that says "Make Tanks Great Again" and has the or the Easy 8 Sherman, and then these over here have the T-34-85. So can I change? Oh, I can't even change the ones in here. Can I change the ones out there still though? Oh, I can. Okay. So what I'm thinking about doing is putting a poster up for every tank I repair, but obviously I don't have enough posters for that. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 editable like posters that are you can like change, and I already have like 10 tanks, 11 tanks in the museum, plus 2 outside. So you wouldn't be able to do that. But I'll figure something out. I'll do something. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Oh no, it's still 7. I thought it miscounted. Unless there's like one over here somewhere. No, there isn't. Okay. Well, I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know I did, and I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. This is the War Room.